Students, let's do Brahmananda. Om. Om. Santi, Santi, Santi. Swasth.
Good morning students, welcome back to class again. Today we are going to discuss another topic of cell structure and function, that is your structural component of cell. Okay, in previous class we have discussed about the plant cell and animal cell, their basic difference, why the plant cell is different from animal cell, that is presence or absence of cell wall, presence of more mitochondria in case of animal cell and less mitochondria in case of plant cell. Okay, these are the basic differences we have discussed in previous class. Okay, today we will discuss in details about what are the main structure of the plant cell, which is a one type of eukaryotic cell. Okay, plant cell is included in your eukaryotic cell. Okay, let us first discuss what are the main component of a plant cell. Okay, mainly there is two component of a plant cell. One is your two component plant cell of, one is your non-living component and another one is your living component. One is non-living and another one is your living. You all know which is the non-living part, that is your cell wall. Okay, cell wall is our non-living component of cell. Okay, then living part is your protoplasm. Okay, living part is your protoplasm. Okay, there are mainly two types, non-living and living. Again, living part of the protoplasm is divisible into three parts. That is your living part of the protoplasm is divisible into three parts. That is your plasma membrane, and next one is your protoplasmic component, protoplasmic component, and third one is your non-protoplasmic component, non-protoplasmic component, non-protoplasmic Okay, these are the basic three types of living protoplasm. Suppose if we draw a diagram of a cell, plant cell, okay, if we will draw a diagram of a plant cell, okay, the non-living part will be this, that is your cell wall, this is plasma membrane, and this part is known as protoplasm. Okay, how can you differentiate between protoplasm and cytoplasm? Okay, one question arises, what is the basic difference between protoplasm and cytoplasm? Okay, if we consider, you all know, if we consider protoplasm is the and cytoplasm. Okay, protoplasm is the mixture of nucleoplasm plus cytoplasm. Okay, suppose this is your nucleus. Here the content is your known as your nucleoplasm and this is your nucleoplasm and this fluid is known as your cytoplasm. Okay, now we are able to distinguish between protoplasm and cytoplasm. Okay, then we will discuss in details about the protoplasmic component. Write down these points and draw this diagram, then we will discuss about protoplasmic component. Divisible into two types, that is your cytoplasm cytoplasm and your nucleus. Okay. Then cytoplasm is divisible into three types. That is your cytoplasmic matrix, cytoplasmic matrix, cytoplasmic structure, cytoplasmic structure, and vacuole. Okay. Three parts of the cytoplasm, that is your cytoplasmic matrix, that is also known as your hyaloplasm. Then cytoplasmic structure is also known as your cell organelles. And last one is your vacuole. Okay. Suppose this is your plant cell we have earlier discussed. Okay, that is presence of a central vacuole. In previous class, when we are studying about the plant cell, we have discussed a central vacuole is present in plant cell, but it is absent in animal cell. There are small vacuoles are present in animal cell. Okay, here there is presence of a central vacuole. Central vacuole. Okay, then due to the presence of vacuole, the nucleus will be present towards the periphery of the plasma membrane. Okay, suppose this is our nucleus, then the whole fluid present in the nucleus and plasma membrane, that is known as your cytoplasm. This is known as your cytoplasm. Okay, then this cytoplasm is divisible into cytoplasmic matrix, that is hyaloplasm, cytoplasmic structure, that is cell organelles. What are cell organelles? Organelles are membrane bound organelles. Okay, like your mitochondria, ribosome. Okay, these are some membrane bound organelles present inside your cell. Okay, suppose this is your mitochondria. This is known as your mitochondria. Then these are known as endoplasmic reticulum. Then there is presence of small ribosomes on endoplasmic reticulum. Ribosomes. Okay, these structures, these ribosomes, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum are known as your cytoplasmic structure, or we call it as cell organelles. Okay. Then next one is your vacuole. Okay, vacuole is present at the center, which contains or which maintains the, or it acts as a storage structure. Okay, which acts as a storage structure. Then the nucleus comes. Okay, then what are the main parts of nucleus we will discuss now. Okay, then like that, nucleus is consists of four parts, that is your nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm, and last one is your nucleolus. Okay, this is our nucleus. The outer coating of the nucleus is known as your nuclear membrane. Okay, this is your nucleus. The outer coating of nucleus is known as your nuclear membrane. Then the fluid inside your nucleus is known as your nucleoplasm. Okay, then one small ball-like structure present, that is known as your nucleolus. That is known as your nucleolus. Okay. Then the chromatin-like structure, presence of chromatin-like structure in between the nucleoplasm structure. That chromatin contains the DNA. Okay, the eukaryotic cell, you have the DNA gene that are present in the chromatin. Okay, in the form of chromosomes. Okay, these are the basic protoplasmic components. Then let us discuss about some non-protoplasmic components. Let us discuss about some non-protoplasmic component. Non-protoplasmic components. Okay. Non-protoplasmic components. Non-protoplasmic means that are or these are not present in the protoplasm, that are act as a storage or reserve food. Non-protoplasmic substances are present as reserve food. Then secretory materials, and excretory materials. These are the basic non-protoplasmic components, and also non-protoplasmic substance are known as your ergastric substance. Non-protoplasmic substance also known as your ergastric substance. Okay, non-protoplasmic substance or component is known as your ergastric substance. Okay, there are mainly two components. Okay, protoplasmic and non-protoplasmic component. Protoplasmic component are living and non-protoplasmic component are the storage products. Okay, then we will discuss in details about the structure of the cell wall. Okay. Now let us discuss in details about one structure that is known as your cell wall, in which it is present in case of plant cell. Okay, yes, that is cell wall is it is present in plant cell. Okay, it is absent in case of animal cell. Cell wall is the non-living mechanical layer. Non-living mechanical layer. What do you mean by mechanical? The question comes, that is your mechanical means the cell wall which is present, the outer covering of the cell. Okay, it will provide strength to the cell and mention or maintain a definite shape of that cell. Okay, we call it as it maintains shape and size of the cell. And secondly, provides rigidity to the cell. Okay, these are the basic 2 points. We can that's why we call cell wall as your mechanical layer. Okay, that will provide strength to the cell or rigidity to the cell and shape and size, or it maintains the shape and size of the cell. Okay, then every organism do not have the cell wall. If we consider about the 5 kingdom system, then what we have 5 kingdoms, that is your Monera, that is Protista, then fungi, plantae and animalia. Okay, in case if we consider about kingdom Monera, then their cell wall consists of peptidoglycan. In Monera, we include most of the prokaryotes like bacteria. Okay. Then in kingdom Protista, the cell wall is composed of cellulose. Okay, like that in kingdom fungi, the cell wall is composed of what is that? That is chitin. Okay, and in kingdom plantae, cell wall is composed of your mainly cellulose. Okay, we have discussed in animal cell that in animal cell that is absence of cell wall. Okay, that's why the cell of the animal cell bursts. Okay, during hypotonic condition, hypotonic solution. Okay, kingdom Animalia, absence of cell wall. Okay, these are the basic compositions of high system, that is Monera, Protista, fungi and plantae Animalia. Okay, if you consider about the plant, that is your, it is consist of cellulose, but in algae, in addition to the cellulose, there is presence of galactans, manganese and calcium carbonate. Okay, these are the extra cellular components in addition to cellulose is present in which organism, that is your algae. Okay, galactans, manganese and calcium carbonate. Okay, then note down these points, then we will start the basic layers of the cell wall. Mainly there are three types of layer, that is your middle lamella, primary wall and secondary wall, which is present in cell wall. We will discuss right down these points. Now let us discuss about the main structural component of cell wall, which is the non-living part of the plant cell. Okay, cell wall is basically divisible into three parts, that is your middle lamella, primary cell wall and secondary cell wall, Okay, but in some plants and gymnosperms, there are tertiary cell wall also present. First, let us discuss about the structure, that is your middle lamella. Let us discuss about the structure middle lamella. Okay, middle lamella is present in between two cells. If we take the cells, we draw a diagram of the middle lamella. If we draw a diagram of the middle lamella, then suppose this will be your okay, you can explain this structure. This is your middle lamella, and this one is your this is known as the longitudinal section of the cell wall. Okay. LS of this is transverse section of cell wall. Okay. If you take a transverse section is like that and longitudinal section is like that. Okay. Here there is presence of two cells. Okay. But here there is presence of a single cell. Okay. That's why the middle lamella is present in between two cells. Okay, middle lamella is it acts as a cementing layer. It acts as a cementing layer and joins two cell walls of different cell. We can say it as adjoining cells. Adjoining cells. Okay. Here you can see the cementing layer. Okay, this is one cell and this is one cell. Middle lamella is present in between, and this middle lamella it acts as a cementing layer. How it is act as a cementing layer? Because there is presence of a substance that is known as your pectin. Presence of a known substance which act as a glue. Which act as a glue to unite these two cells. Okay, these pectins are present in the form of calcium and magnesium pectate. Magnesium pectate, which is the main chemical composition of middle lamella. Okay, here in calcium and magnesium pectate there is presence of a pectin substance which act as a glue to join two adjoining cells. Here you can see the two adjoining cells. It is joined by the middle lamellar structure. Okay, that's why it is called as it is present in between two cells. Okay, this also appear during cytokinesis process. It also occurs during cytokinesis. Okay, during cytokinesis. When cytokinesis occurs during cell division. Okay, there are two methods or two steps. One is your karyokinesis and another one is your cytokinesis. In karyokinesis there is division of nucleus. In cytokinesis there is division of the cell. In that method or in that time during the cytokinesis process there is formation of the middle lamella. Okay, here you can see the pectin. It is composed of galacturans, galacturonic acid and butyl sugars. Okay, these are the three basic components which make the pectic substances or pectins, which act as a glue to adjoin two cells. Okay, note down these points. We will again start with our next, that is primary cell wall. Okay, after the middle lamella that is your primary cell wall. Okay, after the middle lamella that is presence of a fast forming structure that is known as your primary cell wall. Okay, this primary cell wall it is the fast forming outer layer of cell. That is, it is present after the middle lamella. Okay, primary cell wall. Here there is also presence of primary cell wall. Okay, it is elastic in nature. It is elastic in nature. What do you mean by elastic in nature? Yes, that is they are having the capability of expansion. Okay, we can expand this structure. That is elastic in nature, expansion capability. Okay, then it is composed of cellulose, hemicellulose, and pectins. Next one is this layer grows by into succession method. Okay, what do you mean by into succession method? That is addition of substances within existing layer. That is, if a layer is present of primary cell wall, then new substances will be added to that surface. Okay, that's why it is known as your into succession method. Okay, then what are the main points? It is the fast forming outer layer, it is the upper layer after the middle lamella, and it is elastic in nature. That is, we can expand it. Then it grows by into succession method. Okay, note down these points, and we will discuss about the secondary cell wall. Okay, one point is remain, that is their thickness. Thickness is around 0.1 to 3 micrometer. Okay, note down these points. Their thickness. Okay, next one is your secondary cell wall. Okay, secondary cell wall. It is the second layer. Present inner to primary cell wall. The next one is it is inelastic in nature. Okay, see the diagram. This is our middle lamella we have discussed. Then this is our primary cell wall. Then the other four structures, that is secondary cell wall, is again divisible into four parts. That is called as S1, S2, S3 and S4. Here you can see it's LS. Here you can see also S1, S2, S3 and S4. And the center of the structure is known as your lumen. Okay, center of the structure is known as your lumen. Okay, the secondary cell wall is four types or four parts. You can divide it S1, S2, S3 and S4. And among them, S2 is the thickest one. Here you can see in the diagram, S2 is the thickest one. We can write it down. That is, it is composed of four layers. That is S1, S2, S3 and S4. Among them, S2 is the thickest layer. Okay, S2 is the thickest layer. That's why the secondary cell wall gives rigidity to the cell. It gives rigidity to the cell. It is also composed of cellulose, hemicellulose, pectin and sebaceous. Okay, note down these points. And it is inelastic, but primary cell wall is our elastic, secondary cell wall is inelastic. It is the second layer, inelastic in nature, and presence of four layers, S1, S2, S3 and S4, which gives rigidity to the cell. Note down these points. then we will discuss. Then another one is that the growth of this layer is by accretion method. What do you mean by accretion method? Accretion method is that addition of new layer among the previous layer. But here you can see the N2 susception, which is in the primary cellular case, that is addition of material like cellulose, hemicellulose, addition of material like cellulose and hemicellulose in existing layer. This is known as your N2 susception method. But in case of accretion method, the layer of the secondary cellulose will be present and the formation of new layer is like that. Okay, formation of new layer is upon the existing layer. This is known as your accretion method of cell layering. Okay, note down these points. Okay, next one is your tertiary cellule. Where this tertiary cellule comes, we know that cellule is divided into three types: middle lamella, primary cellule, and secondary cellule. But in some cases, you can find the tertiary cellule, okay, which is occur rarely. Okay, it occurs rarely, and it is present inner to the secondary cellule. That is, if there is tertiary cellule, then it will be present here only. Okay, after the secondary cellule, but it is present rarely, not present in all plant cells. Okay, it is present as dried residue of protoplasm. It is present as dried residue. That is, when protoplasm will be dried, in that time you can see the tertiary cellular structure. For example, in gymnosperms, in xylem cells, you can see the structures of tertiary cellule. Okay. Then write out these points. Then we will discuss about the ultrastructure or microscopic structure of the cellule. Okay, then we will discuss about the microscopic structure of cellule. Okay, before we start the microscopic structure, one point is there, tertiary cellule, the composition of tertiary cellule is cellulose and xylem. Okay, I have forgotten to write that. The tertiary structure, the composition of tertiary cellule, that is your cellulose and xylem. Okay, microscopic structure means if we take the cellular structure in microscopic view, or we take it in microscope and see that, then the structure will appear. Cellule will consist of cellulose fibers. Cellule will consist of cellulose fibers. Okay, the cellulose fibers are present in bundles. Okay, cellulose fibers are present in bundles, and the smallest bundle is known as your smallest bundle of cellulose fiber is known as your elementary hybrid, which is the smallest bundle of cellulose fiber, and 20 elementary hybrid, which are made up of 100 cellulose molecules. 100 cellulose molecules, and out of these cellulose molecules, Around 20 elementary fibril they make up the 20 elementary fibril 20 elementary fibril we call it as micelle. They will form the microhybrid. They will form the microhybrid. First the cell wall, then it made up of bundles of cellulose fibers. Then the smallest bundle of cellulose fiber is known as your elementary fibril, and 100 of these elementary fibril is made up of 100 cellulose molecules. Then 20 elementary fibril, or we call it as micelle, it will form the microhybrid. And the length of or the diameter of the microfibril is around 62,500 angstrom. The diameter of microfibril is 62,500 angstrom, and the diameter of cellulose molecules, is around 3,000 angstrom. Okay. And about here the microhybrid, around 250 microhybrid, they will constitute the largest hybrid. Okay. From the microfibril structure, around 250 microfibrils they will constitute the largest hybrid, which is occur in network-like manner or network-like structure. Okay. These are the basic structures. First is your cell wall, then cellulose fibers, then elementary fibers, then from the elementary fibers there will be your form the microfibril, and from microfibril there is formation of the hybrid, which is the largest microscopic unit that is occur in the form of microscopic unit, or call it as network-like structure. That hybrid structure will appear in network-like structure. Okay, this is the basic of the ultrastructure of your plant cell wall. Okay, today we have discussed the complete structure of the cell wall, its main composition and its parts. Main parts is that middle lamella, primary cell wall and secondary cell wall. Okay, the questions may come as your short notes. What are the main composition or what are the main parts of the cell wall, and several short questions like what is the cellular composition of fungi, prokaryotic cell, and what is the cementing layer, what is the chemical composition of middle lamella, and what is the smallest unit of cellulose fiber. It may come as your short question. Okay. In next class, we will discuss about some extra points, that is your what is PETs, what is plasmodesmata, and what is the main function of the cell. Okay. Till then, we will see you in next class. Thank you.